Hollywood has always understood one brutal truth: the stronger the image, the more shocking it is when that image is tested. For years, and seemed almost immune to that rule. While other celebrity marriages fractured under pressure, theirs appeared unusually intact, defined by humor, precision, and a public chemistry that felt effortless. Audiences didn't just admire them, they trusted them. But recently, a legal conflict, newly surfaced messages, and a growing wave of industry scrutiny have begun shifting the tone of that story. Quietly, gradually, and then all at once. Because when private tensions intersect with public reputation, Hollywood pays attention. And the question now being asked behind studio doors is no longer simple curiosity. It is this: is one of Hollywood's most carefully protected partnerships entering unfamiliar territory? Tonight, we look beyond appearances to understand why the conversation around this power couple is changing. Hollywood marriages often burn brightly and briefly. Visibility brings pressure. Pressure exposes differences. Differences become headlines. Yet Reynolds and Lively seemed to operate by a different playbook: less chaos, more control. Over time, their relationship evolved into something rare, not just a marriage, but a remarkably disciplined public narrative, which is precisely why the current moment feels so unusual. Because partnerships built on stability rarely attract serious scrutiny unless something meaningful shifts. The shift did not begin with scandal, it began with visibility. A professional dispute tied to the film It Ends With Us moved into public awareness, and with it came the release of previously private text messages. According to reporting from BEG, Reynolds publicly defended Lively as the situation intensified. Private conversations becoming public tends to change more than headlines. It changes interpretation. Analysis from BEG described the dispute as a complex industry conflict involving creative authority and reputational stakes. And in entertainment, creative disagreements often signal deeper negotiations happening out of view. As discussion widened, multiple versions of the story began circulating. Some commentators alleged that Lively pursued expanded creative influence during production, including a producer credit. These claims remain allegations and have not been legally established. Still, they introduced a new variable: power. Reports also suggested outreach to prominent industry figures such as BEG, and neither has publicly confirmed involvement. Yet even the possibility highlights something rarely discussed openly. In Hollywood, influence often travels through relationships long before it appears in contracts, and once competing narratives emerge, control becomes difficult for anyone involved. Directors soon became central to the conversation. Some reports describe creative friction. Others suggest speculation has outpaced verifiable facts. No court has determined wrongdoing connected to these claims. But reputation in Hollywood operates differently than in courtrooms. It shifts quickly, often quietly, and sometimes permanently. Ryan Reynolds has long demonstrated an unusually refined understanding of public narrative. Marketing analysts frequently cite his instinct for message timing, knowing when to speak and when silence communicates more. So his decision to publicly support Blake did more than signal loyalty. It stabilized the image. At least temporarily. Supporters saw partnership. Observers saw strategic composure. But both interpretations point to the same reality. Moments of pressure reveal how carefully a public identity has been constructed. Major fractures rarely announce themselves loudly. More often, they begin as small deviations. Observers noted fewer shared appearances, more measured interviews, a slightly quieter public rhythm. None confirm relationship trouble, but in celebrity culture, patterns invite narrative, and narrative invites speculation. Still, many relationship experts caution that privacy is often a deliberate shield, not a warning sign. Yet even strong partnerships must recalibrate when scrutiny intensifies. Strip away the rumors, and one theme remains: reputation. Because in modern Hollywood, reputation is not cosmetic. It is structural. It shapes opportunity, partnerships, longevity. Lose narrative control, even briefly, and ripple effects follow. Yet history suggests something equally important. Couples who understand media dynamics often prove more resilient than expected, and resilience in Hollywood is rarely accidental. So, what are we really witnessing? A temporary professional storm? Or the natural strain that accompanies extraordinary visibility? For now, Reynolds and Lively remain publicly aligned. No confirmed crisis, no declared fracture, only a shift in tone. And sometimes, tone is where the earliest chapters of larger stories begin. Because the true test of a partnership is not whether pressure arrives, but whether it transforms the bond once it does.